Put the camera off. They can hear us. They can hear everything, Layla.
All right, all right. Hello, Dimax. Hello.
Hello, hello.
We are live, and I don't know how many people are watching, but we are live.
We
Just
are live.
give me 1 second to also share the video on my Instagram. Share the link on my Instagram, and then we can start. What time is it there in Vancouver now?
It's at 12:30.
Nice. It's like
12:30
8:30
p.m.
here in Italy.
It's a very nice day too. Very sunny.
I think it's raining outside now, but
Really?
yeah, it's a little bit cold. Hi, Sarah. Hi.
Sarah supporting there?
Yeah. Do you know Sarah? She's Spanish.
No, no. I don't know Sarah.
Sarah is Glass Art 3D. It wrote just a comment on YouTube.
Oh,
She's a very great sculptor. She sculpts for miniatures. Live with Emacs.
I see the Sarah art on
Yeah.
that she joined to the challenge too, and yeah, her work is fantastic.
Yeah, she is. She
And the
actually
paint.
won medal gold medal in Freak Wars Madrid last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great with doing the, stylized characters, and, the composition of that piece that she brought is really amazing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I seen her art recently, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like super amazing. Muy bueno, muy bueno.
Stop trying. 1 second. The link.
I wanna make Layla speak Spanish.
No, don't do that.
It's easy for me.
Yeah, I mean, you can speak Spanish because Sarah is Spanish. I don't know who else is
Yeah, yeah.
watching, but like half of people who are watching are Spanish, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big community in Spain in terms of miniature is
Yeah.
super, super big.
Great sculptors and miniature
Yeah, yeah.
painters. Spanish
Yeah,
and like Spain and also Italy, France also,
hmm,
UK, but Spain and Italy are like, a huge community.
that's nice.
Yeah. Okay, finally I got the link. Oh, 5 people are watching. That's great.
Hey,
Hello,
woohoo.
everyone.
Hello, hello.
Okay.
How many days you been streaming, Layla, so far?
I think this is the 11th time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every week, one time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I just
Good.
posted on Instagram. Great. So we can start, I guess. I did what I needed to do. After a few
Mhm.
minutes, I'm gonna also connect Instagram, or do you prefer to connect it right now? Now we have 5 people watching, but if I connect Instagram, it's gonna be a bit more.
Whatever you want, Layla.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. So let's also connect Instagrams just in case to not interrupt you in the middle of the conversation because I'm gonna ask a lot of questions.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
No, don't be nervous. It's all fine. I'm gonna ask stupid questions and people are gonna laugh at me, don't worry. It's okay, I'm gonna change the title this time. Is always like chatting with Dimax Araujo.
Dimax Araujo.
And the audience is public. Next. I always do this process, when I go live. Like the
Yeah,
first few
you
minutes
do
are
it.
always like this.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's normal.
That's good. It's a tutorial for people how to start streaming.
No, it's no one
It-
is
It's
seeing
okay.
what I'm doing. It's just
Yeah,
people.
but they
Yeah,
they see it after. Like, oh, okay, I come
yeah,
here to see art and see
yeah.
how
It's
Layla work, and also I learn how
yeah.
to the OBS.
No one is actually seeing my obvious. They just see me,
Yeah, I see.
saying words like, "Oh no, I have to do this," and like I'm being like a grandma now. I have to do this, I have to do that, and a
Oh,
little bit
Layla,
of complaining.
that's funny.
Yeah, it is. I am funny, I know. We are gonna read some comments on both YouTube and Instagram as well.
Oh,
Let's
I
see.
wanna see.
Stream over to go. It's okay. Hmm. Okay. Just a few seconds. This is not my fault. A few seconds, then it's gonna start streaming both on Instagram and also YouTube. Did you get the tag on Instagram that I just did? Okay. So I think we can start, DMX. Don't be mad at me.
Yeah, oh, it's okay.
I'm ready.
I can see it
Hi.
from Instagram.
Hi, Albano Giovanni. All right, so guys, tonight I'm having I have the honor to have Dimax Araujo, my very dear friend from Spain, who's now based in Vancouver, and we know each other since like a few years ago because first I started to learn. I started from his Discord channel that was great for me to, meet many other artists and really great people. And I asked for help there from, many people from different countries, but all Spanish speakers. And yeah, now I have the honor to host Dmax and learn from him, and um, just to know how was his experience and how did he start, and that thing. So Dmax, let us know how you started and your story in general.
Oh wow.
you
Okay, let me see. Let me
you
see.
can you can decide wherever you want, like from where you started, or you can decide from where you are now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but from where I started,
Yeah.
I was in Barcelona with all the curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
In my 18, 19, I was very interested to go to animation school, and I discovered that the war based on the DVD of the movies,
Yeah.
like the making of. I discovered all the war behind, like a lot of people is working on that, and it was very interesting to go to the school here in Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to check in internet. Oh, let me see how much is the price, and I see the cost was $50,000, and at that point in my life, I never see $1,000 in my pocket. I never have $1,000 in my pocket,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I say okay, this is not possible. And what I did, it was I just closed in my room and learned by myself
Mm.
because I'm very happy that I discovered ZBrush and the
Mm.
version 3.5, and that's like a blow my mind and make me fall in love with the sculpting.
Yeah.
Before that, I do like a small 3D course in Barcelona,
Mm-hmm.
learning 3D Max. But after that, I learned how is the polygon, how is the edge. Uh, I decided to learn by myself. Until now, I still learning. I
Great. We
still
are we
learning.
are all learning. We are all
Yeah,
actually doing the
yeah,
same thing. But that's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
interesting. Like you started like alone, or you
Hmm.
started like by, taking courses, or like following online tutorials, or
No,
just by yourself?
no, exactly.
Mm.
Like all the information about character that I know is been digging in YouTube, looking
Yeah.
the tutorials. I remember when I learned all the tutorial popular was like a digital tutors and
Mm-hmm.
uh, 3D cookies. I mean,
Yeah.
many tutorial like Nomons tutorials. I
Mm-hmm.
was learning with all that, and
How?
at the moment,
Yeah.
like not a lot of English, like a lot of information in Spanish. Everything was in English, and my English
Mm.
was horrible. Was very bad. Yeah, and I need to the good part of that is like I just was looking the cursor,
Mm-hmm.
checking what they are clicking
Yeah.
all the time, and in one point I realized like, oh, I can also watch tutorial from Japanese or Russians or
Mm.
Portuguese because I don't know
Yeah.
English. I just look in the cursor, and I also start like downloading at the point like a video
Mm-hmm.
from Japanese artists to learn the process. But that was very
Really?
interesting.
Japanese
Yeah.
artist. Wow.
Yeah, because I don't understand anything in any
Yeah,
of the
right.
language I was
Because
working.
yeah, I did the
Yeah.
same with Rafa Souza's tutorials. He speaks
Mm-hmm.
in Portuguese, and
Yeah.
I know a little bit Spanish, and I know that they're similar. So sometimes I understood some things, but most of the time I was just watching like this. I was like, no, I really need to know what he's saying, but Portuguese is like, I'm not related to Portuguese at all, but I could actually get some things by the way that, he
Yeah.
was sculpting. Because I know
Yeah.
that, like, he doesn't actually, like, explain things like by anatomy. For example,
Mm-hmm.
for like sculpting a, a character is not like by detailed explaining, okay, this is
Yeah.
like biceps, this is this bone, this is this and that. Is more of like, explaining things by the forms. and
Yeah.
and yeah, it's like I have your camera flickering.
Yeah.
Technical
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
that's also why that with the with the speed school. That what I love it a lot because
Mm-hmm.
I grow watching video with no information, just
Yeah.
fast. I put it fast and I looking how everything is moving,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was like this.
Yeah, it's I have this experience with watching Rafa Sosa's tutorials as well. But I
Hmm.
wanted to also ask, how long did it take for you to, from the beginning to actually taking commissions or actually starting your professional job?
Yeah, I start in 2020 in 28 in 2028 I start
Mm-hmm.
to like a jump in 3D Max. That's what I learned first
You
in
mean
the
2018 or
no 2028. Yeah, a long
okay.
time ago.
Okay.
So yeah, 2028 and
Cuz Dimax
2000, sorry, 2008.
2008, okay. All right.
And I started with 3D Max, and it
Mm-hmm.
took me like 4 years to jump to the industry. But in between, I was doing some freelance.
Okay. But what were you
Yeah,
doing with 3D Max?
the modeling. Like this is what
Mm.
my main program for modeling was
Mm.
3D Max. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
The main program for modeling was 3D Max. I
Mm-hmm.
was doing everything the
Mm-hmm.
in terms of clean polygon face to face at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And when Zebras arrived, like I was mixing, combining these two programs
Right.
to work. But yeah, after I moved to Maya and all that. But
Mm.
in 2024 was when I started my first studio
Mm.
officially career. Yeah,
So
yeah,
so you also did some freelancing, right?
yeah. Before
Mm.
I work for it's not like a miniature, but I working for statues for parks, like
Oh,
a parks, like
wow.
like a Disneyland or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was working
Wow.
to make. They need a cave or they need
Mm-hmm.
a cave with the statues. I am making this, and was working with a company. They do
Wow.
import span.
Mm-hmm.
They make it big,
Mm-hmm.
and also with the same company, I was doing mannequins for stores, like a shopping store. Yeah,
Wow.
that was my first freelance. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Awesome. Because I
yeah, yeah.
also worked with 3D Max, but it's like for the time that I was still doing, architecture related jobs. But yeah,
Hmm.
interesting that you have this, experience of, creating, statues for the cities or like,
Yeah,
Disneyland,
yeah,
as you
yeah, yeah.
said. It's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It was a Chinese park, and
Yeah,
no, was in a, but was nice. Was nice because I was using full ZBrush and
very
sending this
cool, like,
project very
yeah.
fast, and they was very excited. Like
Awesome,
that was
awesome.
very nice. That was very
And
nice.
when did you
But
move to?
also,
Yeah.
mhm,
Uh,
I mean, also in the part I was doing freelance,
mhm.
I was working with Wacom, the tablet. I was
Okay,
doing I was doing
like mine.
presentation. Like a expo. What
Expo.
like a Comic Con is.
No. Could you
The Comic
explain
Con
more?
is like a big expo of comic, and
Ah,
where people
okay.
go. But something similar in Barcelona
Uh huh.
that is we call it Salón del Manga, and
Okay.
I was like assigning with Wacom every year to go there and sculpt in real time, and all the kids coming to see. Oh, mama, look at this! Oh yeah,
Oh.
buy a Wacom. And but that was very nice because I met a lot of people, a lot of
Mm,
2D artists. They go there for draw manga and
mm.
anime, and yeah, this is the freelance I was doing before jump to the industry. Yeah,
That sounds
yeah,
like your crazy young days.
yeah, yeah,
Excited
yeah,
about, sculpting and doing things. That's
yeah, yeah,
great.
yeah.
And
Yeah, it was very nice.
when did you move to Vancouver?
I moved to Vancouver 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I lived in London
Mm-hmm.
and for 1 year just to trying to improve my English because the
Mm-hmm.
English in Spain is not the best. We need to learn more English. Yeah, and yeah, I moved from Barcelona to London. I to
Mm-hmm.
London. I work in frame store,
Mm-hmm.
and after I moved to Vancouver. Yeah, yeah,
And since
6 years ago.
you moved to Vancouver, you immediately got the job that you're working, or you changed different jobs?
Uh, no, it's curious because uh, I started in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
I went to London to work in Frame Store studio.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came, I moved to London because I get a visa for Canada, and
Right.
I they give you 1 year to use the visa. Like you get the visa today, you have 1 year to decide when you wanna come. And I say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I wanna use that year to learn English and save
Mm-hmm.
money. And I moved to London. And I found a job
Mm-hmm.
in Frame Store.
Yeah.
And when I decided to come Canada, at the time that I arrived to Canada, is the industry was very low in terms of
Mm-hmm.
contracting people,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have other than go to work in the first step, the
Mm.
first
Yeah.
job that I found,
Right.
and I always say like people asking, "What was your job when you land to Canada?" And I say I was a DJ in the restaurant.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was a DJ in a restaurant. Is the I was wash dishes. Like I was washing dishes.
And singing at the same time.
Yeah, and
Probably.
it's like moving
Yeah, yeah,
the sponge in the plate, and I was a DJ there.
yeah. Yeah.
And I spent there 5 months, and
Mm-hmm.
after I found a job here in
Mm.
Vancouver. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, you
But
did
this
a
was
great job.
it was like this like as you are an artist and you building your path, right? And
Right.
in one moment you drop and you need to do
Mm.
totally different job, but
Yeah,
just continue, keep
exactly.
fighting for what that you want. That's what I was dreaming to go back to the industry because I like it
Yeah.
and I love it. I love modeling and make 3D and
Mm-hmm.
make characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very tough because I land here in May
Mm-hmm.
and I found a job.
Mm-hmm.
First time in Vancouver. It's summer coming. All the people I know is having the job from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
But my job was starting at 6 p.m. until 1 a.m.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
means yeah, I met somebody in the city,
Mm.
like new, like my first time here.
Right.
Like I can be able to hang out with them because I I need to work. And
Mm.
was but very hard.
Yeah,
But
I can
the point is
imagine.
this,
Yeah,
keep yeah, fighting for what you want, and it's alright. Yeah,
exactly. You
yeah,
have
yeah,
been
yeah.
always motivating me a lot in this, you know, subject that, my stories too. But also, I wanted to ask you,
Hmm.
I lost your camera again. Okay,
No, my
it's here. No, no,
camera.
no, it's here. We're good.
Okay.
Probably it's my connection. I wanted to also
Yeah, don't
ask
worry.
you, what was the most interesting thing in your portfolio that, I mean, you're working in a VFX studio now, right?
I work in animation studio now.
Animation
Yeah,
studio. So what was the
yeah.
most interesting thing in your portfolio for you to get that job? Because a lot of
Uh,
young artists usually text me and ask me about, what should I put
yeah.
in my portfolio to get this job and that job, for example. In your case, what was it? You can
Uh,
actually show in your portfolio, like, if you want to, because I can share your screen as well.
yeah, yeah. It's depend. I think it's one of the most stronger
Mm-hmm.
things that you can have in your portfolio when you apply it to a specific studio
Mm-hmm.
is to have something that align to the studio, like align to what they need or what they want. Like
Okay.
for example, when I come here, I like to do a bunch of different style of characters, but I
Mm-hmm.
know the studio that I'm working or I want to apply, they want to do a hair,
Mm-hmm.
somebody said, or I see in her in the profile in the website that they normally do that kind of character. I can do
Mm.
something to align, like you work on Blizzard, like you make something like align with Blizzard, they can
Yeah.
visualize you in the spot they are looking for.
Mm.
And I make a few characters stylized at the moment, and
Mm.
yeah, they like it, and they hired me because they was having a plan to make a TV show
Similar.
with a lot of
Mm. Yeah.
cartooning characters, animals and cats and stuff like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I think
So,
this is the best, like aligned with the vision of the studio. Like you can go to I can apply with VFX just with
Mhm.
cartooning.
Mhm.
I can maybe they see something there,
Yeah.
in behind the characters. But if you apply to VFX studio like they do realistic, you
Mhm.
should have something that align with
Woo.
them.
We don't have your um what just happened? I think I don't have your camera anymore. You have my camera,
Oh,
but yeah,
yeah, my
we
camera.
yeah, we lost your camera.
Oh,
Yeah, could you just
I can try
reconnect?
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. You can see me now, right?
Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah.
So, you were saying that you need to align your portfolio with
Yeah,
the
align
needs of the company that you're applying.
of the company that you are applying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For
it's
example, one
yeah,
second,
it's
share with you here.
actually making sense because like do you also like suggest to people that to prepare different portfolios for different for sending to different companies if like for example there is this young artist that wants to apply to three different companies, do you suggest to do this like specifically, for example, five characters specifically, for example, for number one company, and for
Like,
the number
yeah, I
two,
understand.
five other characters, or you think it's better to put everything together in the portfolio so they can see
I
that
think
you're
I
capable of
think
doing different things?
I think you can put everything together in the portfolio, but separate as a
Mm-hmm.
different style.
Yeah.
And normally, when you are a
Mm-hmm.
junior and you are starting, like you, okay, you like everything, but most of the people are connect with one thing in the
Mm.
beginning. Like, oh,
Right.
I like cartooning. They are doing a lot of cartooning, but if you're doing cartooning or a stylized character,
Mm-hmm.
I recommend you to have variations there. Also, having a
Mm.
props, having a character, having
Yeah.
a character female and male,
Mm-hmm.
creatures, like a put a range of different styles of characters
Mm-hmm.
in the same stylized character.
Yeah.
Like you make the umbrella stylized character, stylized character. Under the umbrella, you make different, not only
Mm-hmm.
one is something, and
Right.
that help. But what they wanna see is like you can also is I think it's positive when they see like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
the artist can achieve many style,
Yeah.
like, oh, he that person do cartooning, but if we get a cartooning robot,
Mm-hmm.
he going to make it. This is
Yeah.
a stylized robot or something like that. Like you can deal with
Mm.
every different shapes and different form or different characters.
Yeah.
That's good.
Actually,
Like you are
I
versatile, right?
yeah, exactly. But actually, I heard from like some other artists that they suggest that if like you don't want to, for example, you have like 10 characters, five
Hmm.
stylized, and I don't know, like three realistic, and then there's like two sci-fi characters.
Yeah.
If you are not interested to get sci-fi commissions as a freelance artist, don't put those sci-fis in your portfolio
Yeah.
because when people see that
Exactly.
you're able to do it, then they are gonna
Yeah.
ask you to do
They're
it.
going to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the people normally is when they are doing character, they are associated
Mm-hmm.
with one style. Like I love
Yeah.
stylized. I do
Yeah.
stylized, but inside the stylized,
Mm-hmm.
make no make organic, make inorganic, hard surface, whatever
Mm-hmm.
robot, but stylized, and that's good. I built this portfolio
Mm-hmm.
in the past of the year. Like at the moment, in here in the cartooning in the bottom, like I was working in
Mm-hmm.
animation.
Mm-hmm.
Here I moved to VFX, and I was working in VFX and making more realistic
Mm-hmm.
because I wanna absorb everything around me. I see people doing amazing creatures,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to learn. And this is good because I was pushing myself to
Mm-hmm.
understand the shapes, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
make the character more realistic. And after I moved back to animation and I start to
Mm.
like trying to increase the level and push blah 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 blah, blah all this.
Mm.
This is the I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think in your case it's different, or in people who want to, apply for a certain company, it's different. But
Mm-hmm.
for a freelance artist, that's what I thought. So it's why I put always all the,
Yeah.
realistic, especially like female characters, because it's the one that I enjoyed the most. I put them
Mm-hmm.
always on my portfolio, and I post mainly those characters. But also I take like once in a while I take like sci-fi modeling characters. I
Yeah.
take like stylized characters, but I prefer to have more of realistic female characters in my portfolio, because that's what I
Yeah.
want to people see
That's
that
what you
I'm.
enjoy more to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Exactly.
I want people to see that,
Yeah.
okay, I want to do this, so commission me to do this, you know
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
This is first of all,
Hmm.
you need to do what you like to do.
Yeah,
If you feel comfortable doing this and you fall in love and that what you enjoy, you don't want to
exactly.
be showing topology and everybody going to hire you for topology because
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
the part like nobody want to do. And
yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
do what you enjoy and
Mm.
yeah, that's good.
We see a lot of beautiful things in your portfolio, but I also
Hmm.
want you to explain about this challenge that you started. Many people
Oh
took
yeah.
on this challenge, and many
Hmm.
people also asked me about this challenge, and I prepared a video of me explaining it to post it,
Oh
and
yeah.
then I didn't. So now I think is
Oh.
the best time to actually hear it from you. And later maybe I can make a video of it and post it, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The challenge is something like I want to do for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I start doing like a sketching phase in my iPad, but I say,
Mm-hmm.
I know to the artist. I like to sculpt, and
Right.
it can be nice if I start in the ZBrush
Mm-hmm.
and do it. And yeah, that's what I start building the faces, as you can
Mm-hmm.
see here. And
Yeah.
I comment to a friend close of me, Tan, and he agreed like, oh yeah, I want to join, that's so good. And I say, and
Mm-hmm.
after that I say, you know what, why we can share it with everybody, like people
Yeah.
can join. I think a lot of people are in the same situation than me, like I want to improve in faces,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's hard, like
Mm.
especially that challenge because people do that challenge in 2D very easy,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot. It's like the Inktober, right?
Yeah.
People are doing in the iPad or in paper. They do
Mm-hmm.
100 head challenge, easy. But for a 3D, it's complicated. It's more,
Yeah, it is. But
more difficult.
you made a very good rule for this challenge, which is like,
Hmm.
don't put more than 1 hour in the sculpt in
Yeah,
it, which is something that, I mean, anybody can put only 1 hour at least per week
yeah,
to
yeah.
start it. And then it's like you put many different portraits.
Faces.
I
Hmm.
don't know, like Asian, African,
Hmm.
like a different type of style of facial features, like you put old, you put young, you put middle age,
Hmm.
male, female. And this is something that I think, me personally, I'm missing, because I told you many times that I'm always ending up sculpting my own facial
Myself.
features, or just one type of facial features that I am used to. And this can be actually a very, very good practice for me personally, because I see a variety of different facial features in this, um,
Hmm.
uh,
The
collection
challenge.
of, yeah, the collection of faces that you actually chose. It's very wise actually.
Oh, thank
and
you, thank you.
and yeah, the second thing is that you didn't put any deadline. Like,
No.
if you give me a deadline, I will never
Yeah,
start
yeah,
doing
yeah.
anything. So there's
I
two
think,
two positive things for me personally. It's like you put 1 hour for sculpting,
yeah,
and you don't have a deadline.
freedom,
Yeah,
totally freedom.
yeah,
This is
exactly.
something. This is something happen. Our life is busy, and we have
Yeah.
that little moment to do art. Like you don't want to be rushing to
Mm.
do a challenge. Like
Yeah.
sometimes that can be good because you know
Mm.
is what it is. You need to do in one
Mm.
month because big companies organizing that. But this challenge is not for, it's just for you. You know,
Yeah,
is
exactly.
the benefits is just you to see how was your first phase, and to see
Mm,
if you're able to achieve the 100, to see how is the 100 looking.
yeah.
And I don't want to put the pressure on me like, oh, I need to do one head today. I do need to do one
Mm,
head tomorrow. You know, it's
exactly.
like I just want to try to enjoy the most you can, the most I can, learn,
Mm-hmm.
see the structure of the head, and
Mm-hmm.
learn. And I know from this to the 20 is different, to the 30 is going to be different than the first, and that's
Mm-hmm.
the things I been enjoying of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And and all the phases that I pick, like, is something like normally the people don't normally, they don't make that face normally. You know,
Mm,
they pick all the beautiful people, and handsome men, and
mm.
girl, woman.
No, let's
And
say
this one is
okay.
like a
Yeah.
big range of
Mm-hmm.
faces. They have
Exactly.
everything, like, you know.
Yeah, it's let's just don't call it handsome and beautiful. Let's don't call it
Yeah,
a standard,
the standard.
definition
Yeah,
of
exactly.
face that everyone
Hmm.
is going for, and everyone is
Yeah,
expecting me as a sculptor to sculpt this standard, pretty girl, for
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
example.
yeah.
But like you were showing me like a few hours before when we were talking that there are like
Hmm.
actually very weird forms on the face. If you could zoom
Exactly.
in
Yeah,
on
yeah.
some of them so we can
For
see.
example,
Yeah,
this
like
this this guy here.
if I sculpt that face, everyone will think that Leila doesn't know anatomy. Leila doesn't know how to sculpt. But the thing is that it actually exists. It's a real
Yeah,
human,
yeah,
and this is a picture, like a
yeah.
photo, and sculpting this can make me as an artist, as a sculptor, to
Exactly.
realize that this is normal. And
Hmm.
also, I think like for those who are like commissioning, or some companies that are expecting you to sculpt, or like to make a character for them, is
Hmm.
important to know that this exists actually,
Yeah,
like this type of forms and facial features
yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
exist.
It's like also this one.
Yeah.
Like, it's so many faces, like, they get out of the
Yeah.
normal shapes, and it's like you say, like, this really exists. And
Mm.
it's good to play with that and trying to understand the shapes and
Yeah.
how everything is working in that face.
And actually I think
And
this
it's very
this
good.
helps stylized sculptors more than realistic, I guess, because
Mm-hmm.
seeing some exaggerations like this can help
Mm-hmm.
you exaggerate even more
Yeah,
as a stylized
yeah,
artist, because
yeah,
stylized
yeah, yeah.
means exaggeration, in my opinion. You exaggerate, you remove, you do things that are, far from realism, and it's
Mm-hmm.
actually a good practice even for those who are doing stylized forms, stylized
Mm-hmm.
characters.
And also the good part of the challenge, that the icing is one of the powerful one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mentioned before, like, learned seeing a speed sculpt,
Mm-hmm.
and in other language, and I, because I don't understand, just put a little bit fast, and I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what they say. And seeing a speed school is very powerful, because if you know the tool, you know
Mm-hmm.
zebras already, you know the program,
Yeah.
you can forget what they touching, but you start seeing the form.
Mm-hmm.
When you see every brush,
Mm-hmm.
every brush
Exactly.
the artist do, you know, oh, he using the pinch, oh, he using the dam standard, oh, he using the
Exactly.
clay build-up, oh. And yeah, the speed school is fantastic to learn,
Yeah.
and
You're always
how other
thinking,
work.
yeah, you're always
Yeah.
thinking that there's only one way to achieve a goal, sculpting a portrait or whatever. But
Hmm.
when you do this kind of challenges, you realize that no, different artists have
Yeah,
has different approach
different.
to
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
to
It's
to
like
achieve the same goal. Actually, it's
yeah.
funny.
And it's funny because we have the things of having the order, and everybody's doing the order, like,
Yeah.
we having multiple path,
Mm-hmm.
multiple way to arrive to the same point,
Exactly.
in in different quality, but it's
Right.
arriving to the same point. But in that travel, in
Mm-hmm.
that journey, is when you see the other artists doing different techniques. You know,
Yeah,
doing the
exactly.
eyes in some different form that you say, oh, I can that can be nice to use it like this. I was watching recently. I watch all the video, like I watch all
Mm-hmm.
the the posts that people is doing, and I learning so much. And I'm encouraging myself to put
Mm.
some the stuff the people is doing in my characters.
Yeah,
I need to improve a lot. I want it, and this challenge is helping me a lot. Looking other people doing the speech at school,
that's great.
and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, all the way, multiple row,
Yeah.
multiple path,
You're
and in that path you learn. You say hello to
yeah.
this artist and see, oh,
Exactly.
like what you do there, and
Yeah.
that's nice. That's nice.
That's all you do since like almost 6 years ago that I met you. You're always connecting people either on
Yeah.
Discord or like the Twitch. I know that you were streaming also on Twitch. I don't know if you're still doing it or no.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
something like, you know what? I think this is because when I start, as I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, it's no tutorial in Spanish.
Mm.
It's like 15 years ago, barely you can see tutorial in Spanish, and
Mm.
everything was in English. It's a big community. They
Yeah.
are more like together at that point.
Mm.
Now the community in Spanish is like a bigger, and you see
Yes.
groups and you see people sharing. But 15
Exactly.
years ago, trust me that nothing was out
Yeah.
there. Like, was very difficult, and people are more close to share.
Mm. Yeah,
And
exactly.
and uh, and I remember that I opened a group in Facebook, and I
Yeah.
call it Zebrus Hunter. I
Mm-hmm.
still alive. Is I have
Yeah,
like a
I know.
10,000 people there, and we were having at that point we Discord don't exist. We were having a
Mm-hmm.
Google Meet, Google Hangout at that point,
Okay.
and I met Placido. I met many artists. I met Jose,
Yeah.
many
And
artists there,
and
and we
made
watch
many people meet each other.
and we are still connect, very
Yeah,
strong
yeah.
today. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
always trying to do this because I miss that when I start.
When
Like, I
you
miss to have a
started, yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Uh, but I glad that now there's a many group, many talented artists enjoying and sharing together. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
it's funny because when I started, like I could have access to English tutorial or maybe English community, but I
yeah.
chose to be in a Spanish community
Oh yeah,
and I learned the Spanish in that community. That's really
that's good.
funny.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, yeah. If you start 15 years ago, it can be
Yeah,
difficult to
it
find a
could
one.
be, yeah, it could be
Yeah,
difficult,
yeah.
right?
But it's very nice.
Mm,
People are more connect now, and that's very good. That's
mm,
very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you one more question. What do you
Yeah.
suggest to young artists who just started and they're like worried about AI, or I don't know, they're worried that maybe they are not good enough, maybe they don't know
Yeah.
where to go, but they are really in love and passionate about starting, but they're
Yeah.
not sure and they don't know where to go.
I mean, this is the last part that you mentioned. They love what
Mm,
the 3D. They love the character. They want
mm-hmm,
to learn. They are passionate. This
mm-hmm.
is important
Yeah.
because this, of course, this is crazy. So many people they are in the industry.
Mm-hmm,
It can be overwhelming,
mm-hmm,
but if you put the passion and you put the hours that you need to put hours on your work,
mm-hmm,
everything is going to to work. Maybe if you put hours and you get better in your work,
mm-hmm.
something is going to come in, like some possibility, 100%. But you need to persist.
Yeah,
You need to
don't
be,
stop.
you know, don't stop, don't stop, don't
Yeah,
stop, because yeah, this work is changing all the time, and is improving, and people is learning new techniques.
yeah.
I i still learning,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel curious to learn. I feel excited to
Mm-hmm.
be absorbing for other artists, absorbing for every
Yeah.
technology is coming,
Yeah.
because this is for my benefits. It's
Mm-hmm.
for my art, and it can help me. But yeah, the is that, yeah, put keep putting the effort,
Yeah.
keep putting the effort, and don't surrender, and yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
you know
I
and don't be
think.
scared for the AI, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
because I say to the people,
Mm-hmm.
like, I know the AI is coming, it's there, I mean, it's already there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't be afraid, like, just put eyes on that, because it's something like nobody can stop already, you know
Mm-hmm.
but don't let that affect your path. If you want to do 3D, do it.
Yeah.
But when you decided to do 3D, work hard, because it's like this how you grow. Yeah.
And actually, I don't know if it's a good news or bad news for those who want to start with 3D. It's like
Hmm.
you will always have to learn and adapt yourself with the new things that are coming.
Yeah.
Like you need to always be updated because that's
Yeah.
just how it is. You cannot stop technology in 1 year. It is growing every year. Softwares are giving new updates, then AI will come definitely.
Hmm.
But this doesn't mean that you're gonna sit in your room
Yeah.
and don't do anything. You're gonna, adapt yourself. You're gonna have something to say when
Yeah.
AI is there. You're gonna have something to say. Like you're gonna have something to do. Like it's not like the AI is gonna like stop you from working. You just need to always
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
adapt. It's either AI or new version of the software that you're using, for example.
Yeah. Always when I move to the studio, or I start a project, maybe they
Mm-hmm.
change the program directly, and I don't know. Oh, they need to use Maya, or they need to use
Yeah.
any program, and you need to learn. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's so, yeah, there are tools.
Yeah.
You know, they are just tools.
Forever learning.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right.
But there are tools. That is that AI is going to be a tools too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, at one point you need to learn something to. I hope they use it more as a tool and not replacement.
Mm-hmm.
In some tasks, like, they are complicated to make. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
in that one, I don't mind if the AI is taking that.
Right.
Because they are bored to do.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Wilson says hi, hello Dimax on
Hi,
YouTube.
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I see Art Canum shared your Facebook link on
Yay.
Instagram in the comments, and I'm trying to see if anyone asked any questions that we need to respond. Seems like there's no questions. Guys, if you have any questions, we have Dmax here just for a few more minutes. You can ask him. He's very experienced, as you can see. Like he started very like hard, as many of us I can say. Like me, I did the same because I switched from architecture to sculpting, and it's not easy for none of us. But this
Yeah.
guy here, he knows everyone, he connects people, and he's very experienced. If you have any questions, just feel free to write in the comments, and he's here to respond. Someone asked in the comments, can I ask you where you are from? Azerbaijan. I am from Iran. I speak Azerbaijani because I'm from north of Iran, where is close to Azerbaijan, so I speak both languages. Ian wrote woot woot Leila. Thank you, Ian. Thank you so much. And no more comments, I guess. Let's see, let's see.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are you having normally the stream today? Like, you going to school after?
No, actually, I thought that I'm gonna just stick to talking to you. I'm thinking of
Nice.
doing this. more because I want artists to, you know, to
Oh,
join
nice.
streaming. I know it's hard. It's hard for me to appear in front of the camera, but it's like I'm trying to give value to people, and
Yeah.
it's something that also gives me value because as I try to sit here and force myself to talk to people, it's like as someone who's working from home, and I'm also freelancing, so I don't have meetings, calls most of the time, to, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
to
yeah.
be able to be connected to people. I love doing this. Actually, I wanted to ask you, how do you manage working from home and not getting depressed? Very, very important question.
Not getting stress.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's very difficult. I mean, I trying now to do it better than the last year.
Mm-hmm.
The last year was complicated,
Yeah.
very stress. After COVID, like I've been working from home uh, 4 year already,
Mm-hmm.
and the last year was like complicated, like everything falling apart. And I was sitting in the front of the computer for many hours. And this year I take it more quiet and trying to go out or trying to share with friends and
Mm.
you know stuff like this. I'm learning other stuff,
Mm.
like learning salsa.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Oh wow.
I went to salsa.
Wow.
My girlfriend my my girlfriend is asking me to go with salsa with her for a long time, and I was saying no, no,
Awesome.
until I finally learning salsa. I'm gonna be a
That's
salsa expert.
awesome. That's awesome. You
But
also
doing some
dance.
activity,
Yeah.
I dance hip hop and that,
Yeah.
but I always say like, "Oh, no, I'm bad in salsa." But yeah, I need to learn now. But I think doing something out of the computer can
Yeah.
help too. You know,
Yeah, actually, I
like the last year
decided to
I
do
noticed
that
like
too. Yeah.
last year I was most of the time in front of the computer. Like
Mm.
this year I trying to take it less. It's
Mm-hmm.
difficult to do the big change because when you spend all the time in
Mm.
a in front of the computer 16 hours,
Mm.
but yeah, this is one of my goals for this year is like grab my bike and
Mm-hmm.
go out immediately when the weather is getting better here in Vancouver. Grab my
Mm-hmm.
bike and go out and go play basketball, do salsa,
Wow.
and yeah, enjoy because yeah,
Yes, salsa. Oh my God, that's
health is
amazing.
important.
Yeah.
Health is important.
Always
Yeah,
keep the
yeah,
balance.
yeah,
Learn and do as much as you can in front of computer, but also go out with your
yeah.
bike and learn salsa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Learn salsa
Yeah.
or a course to how to make cook food or something like that.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
different
I was
than
actually
the
talking
TV.
about it with one of my friends that let's go
Hmm.
learn how to make Italian pasta. With
Sushi, Italian
yeah.
pasta. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
my girlfriend is here very excited because she's doing a bread and yeah,
Awesome.
we stopped buying bread. That's good. No more spending the
Awesome.
money in bread, and we making sourdough. We making a lot of
Awesome.
bread at home, and that's fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's great. So we
yeah.
have one more question in the comment. Alexander wrote, "What advice would you give to beginners?" I think we already answered this question, but if you have anything more to add,
Yeah,
any
I mean,
advice for the beginners?
oh, I can say it, mm, like a trying to, like for example, in that challenge that we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
like these 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 phases is like a warm up. Every time
Mm-hmm.
I start working in ZBrush, I do 30-minute warm up,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided to increase the 30 minutes to 1 hour and make a face.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can say to beginner, like lose your arm and trying to sculpt randomly faces, cartooning, stylize. One
Mm-hmm.
day trying to make a shape more robotic, trying to
Mm-hmm.
learn how lose your arm because the most speed school that you make, like if you
Mm-hmm.
put, I want to make something 1 hour, most of the that you make is
Mm-hmm.
going to be faster for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, my art director is coming today, and they say, "Oh, Dima, we need a troll. We need to make a troll. Can
Mm-hmm.
you see what you a face that you can achieve?" Or if they
Mm-hmm.
give a concept to us, like can that's what we want. In one
Mm-hmm.
afternoon, we can have a in few hours we can have a face,
Mm-hmm.
and then after when the art director is coming from the lunch, they say, "Oh, it's already done." That is thanks of be doing a speed school, be doing
Mm-hmm.
a sculpting the process, sculpting. That's that's one of my recommendation. A
Yeah, I
sculpt
love that.
like a quiet and loose, like put music and grab a simple concept and just make the face. Don't focus in all the
Mm-hmm.
body, don't focus in the technical process.
Mm.
Do the
Yeah.
structure, the sculpture.
Yeah, that
Yeah, yeah,
also gives you confidence to be yourself,
exactly.
to be free, you know? You don't have to always
Hmm.
stick to what your coach or whatever that is
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you.
yeah,
No, you have to start like this and that. Find your own way to do it and do it. The most important thing is to do it
yeah,
without
yeah.
even, worrying about how it's gonna come out or
Hmm.
what you have to do to achieve to certain, to goal and stuff like that. But doing is really really good. Like
Yeah,
I love that advice actually.
yeah.
There's
I
another
remember that I
question.
make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that I make. I don't know if new artists is still doing that, but
Yeah.
orcs orcs is one of the first model that people are making. Like making. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
many orc face I did before,
Really?
but
I never did orcs.
because it because yeah, I don't know if people are still doing that. But the good thing also for uh school creatures, also I recommend also like a lose your arm doing creatures.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you also to unlock creativity. I think
Mm-hmm.
creature is one of the best choice because creature, if you know anatomy, you
Mm-hmm.
put the anatomy in the creatures, but the shape that you decided to put, if
Whenever
you
you
mix
want.
with a good if you
Mm-hmm.
mix a good anatomy, it's a creature. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nobody going to tell you, oh, it's not looking like, oh,
Mm.
it's a creature that you create or you imagine it, like
Mm.
orc having the jaw very big jaw and the that tooth very long and
Mm.
great. Just lose yourself and sculpt whatever you want. It's like
Yeah. I love
yeah,
that answer too.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there
yeah.
is this question on YouTube. We have Jake Kim asking question for D-Max. How does work at animation studio work? Like, are you given an exact scene to create, or are you given an idea to animate to? And then again, he wrote also when someone like an art director asks for a concept, how detailed do you make it?
Uh, I mean, in my personal project, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
I go crazy, like I don't have limits because it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're working in a studio, it's not you that take the decisions. It's people, the art director, the concept,
Exactly.
the client,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to go with the line that they want. For example, I've been working in this show named Unicorn
Her
Academy
name
from
is
the studio
Leila, by the
here.
way.
But here in the studio, a
Yeah.
studio called Mainframe, and this is a project from Netflix that I was doing the last year. Now we were doing the season two,
Mm-hmm.
and in this show, they give me. I work in the character from the beginning, but they give us a base character,
Mm-hmm.
and they give the concept, and we need to be moving everything with the client notes. Client
Mm-hmm.
giving us notes, and we move that to the left. Or the lip is too big. We need to adjust that based on the information of the client one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until we can put all the detail that we want. It's just what the client want. But in your personal project, yeah, whatever you can
You
do
can do
what you want.
whatever, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. But Layla here, this is one of the characters. Like it's very cartooning
Yeah.
and like this one too, Sophia, and yeah. But for example, when you work in the blocking, for example,
Mm-hmm.
also in that project,
Mm-hmm.
I was working most in the character. like
Mhm.
making the full character, but not the texture. This is other department in the studio that I work. They can be good or bad. We don't touch UVs. We just
Mhm.
make the character. Another department, the surface department that make people make the texture, they do the UVs, and it's like
Okay.
we are sharing the character. But
Mhm.
yeah.
So Sergio Gates wrote on Instagram comments, "Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure to meet the creator of the 100 Head Challenge.
Yay.
It's been an amazing experience and I can't wait to see the new Pew Ref. It's already out, I guess. Yeah?
Yeah, it's ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
I published yesterday.
Yeah,
Um,
so the
so it
100.
was very difficult to pick the faces.
Yeah, but
It
you
was.
chose very wisely because it's very different. Like you can see a huge variation from number one
Mhm.
to 100. And I also uh, saw that you put some actually sculptures in there.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
could you show us and
Oh, what is the pure red? Let me see. I lose the pure red. 1 second. Ah. Uh, let me see here. Yeah, here it is. Okay, the beginning of the challenge, you're going to see a lot of Asian people,
Mhm.
a lot of Asian faces. It's because I was having the idea to put that like a ethnicity, like
Mhm.
people from different regions in the world, but that
Mhm.
was very complicated, and I start after the 10. I start to mixing everything. I was asking to a friend, please give me some advice because I getting crazy with all the faces, and we start mixing, and as you see here in the bottom, I make
Mhm.
the last 20, the last 20 more like a joyful, like make faces based on the
Mhm.
real sculptor already.
Mhm.
I'm trying to achieve this form and the shapes. For example, here or this one or this loose hair,
Mhm.
like trying to most you can to achieve the same brushes and
Yeah,
shape here.
yeah, because that's also very important to capture
Hmm.
the sculpture feeling, You have to be
Yeah,
able to, get the texture by sculpting, not actually texturing in Blender or Maya.
yeah. And the idea also, like, you can see that I'm trying to do that, and
Mhm.
I still don't do it perfectly, but I
Mhm.
know I going to achieve like make the hands more loose and looking like clay and fun.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't want to like repolish something
Yeah.
for a long time. Trying to make the skin like you can
Mhm.
put pores. I want to make it
Mhm.
loose. Like I wish to do to do this,
Yeah.
or this like these dirty and clayy
Yeah.
models and loose and flow. Like I put some reference here, like
Yeah.
inspirations,
Mhm.
and this is beautiful, and this
Mhm.
is it's amazing. This is the idea. Like in 1 hour, you can do a lot. Don't focus in texture. Don't focus
Mhm.
in. I mean, this you can do it, but I trying to do flow.
Yeah.
Just use the correct amount of brushes or
Mhm.
shapes or
Right.
strokes.
And I see that you also
And
put some. Yeah, sorry, go on. I interrupted you.
no, don't worry. And here is like a statue from more
Mhm.
classical statues, like you know, trying to
Mhm.
observe, do some
Yeah.
observation on that.
Did you take those
And
pictures when you were in Italy?
uh, n- I take photos. Yeah, I take photos of that, but I picked this one from Google because
Okay.
this guy is too tall, and I wanna
Mhm.
the face from
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not from
From
very
below,
very down.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
also this one is in the same in Florencia
Mhm.
too. Like these
Yeah.
two are very close, and yeah, this is you have to learn a little bit from the masters. And
Mhm.
this is amazing
Exactly.
shapes,
Is
and it's beautiful. Like
yeah. For me
this, you can
personally,
do the
yeah.
web. The wet spider. It can be also, no, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, that would be funny.
this is very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is for you?
For me, like the best way to learn this, this the classical feeling that I have in my statues, in my sculptures,
Hmm.
is to watch classical statues by, the great masters, for example,
Yeah.
David, Dante, like Bernini's statues, for example, are the
Hmm.
ones that I always look at when I try to sculpt.
Yeah. No, they are amazing. They
Yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah.
I learned for Rafa Sosa too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm doing his course, and I learning
Really? Oh my
many
god.
things. I'm learning many things from him. Like
Is
he's
it,
a
i-
great.
is it in English or is it
No, no,
in
in Portuguese. It's the same.
Portuguese?
Like,
No.
I don't need to understand the language. I just need to
Yeah.
connect with the art and the
Yeah.
artist, and it's done.
Yeah. I
But
want to
the
learn
good
from
things,
him, but I want it in English. Come on. I really want
yeah,
to know
yeah.
what he's
I wish he
explaining.
translate.
Yeah.
I wish he translate with the AI or something. Like,
Yeah.
but for me, it's a little bit easy because Portuguese and
Yeah,
Spanish are very
very
similar,
very similar.
and I understand everything. But at the
Mhm.
same time, some words I don't understand. But it's okay
Mhm.
because he explained very well,
Mhm.
and he was pointing about focusing in classical sculpture,
Mhm.
like that one reference of the feet
Mhm.
in a classical sculpture and a real image
Mhm.
is not the same. Like you see the classical have volume, have shapes, very
Mhm.
remarkable, and in the real image it's just flat
Mhm.
feet. It's like
Yeah.
the hands that joins here.
Mhm.
You can see that different in the sculpture, and you learn a lot from that because the
Right.
shadow and the light interact different. Like I now I trying to don't focus in in the real image of
Yeah,
the anatomy when I'm
exactly.
learning anatomy
Mm-hmm.
and observing more
Yeah,
this
exactly.
this
Exactly.
this
That's
is
what I
insane.
do too.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Like the hands, yeah, I put the
Yeah.
hands and you put my hands, and this hand is no comparison. Like this
Yeah.
one have more expression,
Exactly.
and it's amazing. Yeah, amazing to learn about from both, but the classical have a lot to
Yeah.
teach us. It's amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So someone
Also in the
wrote,
face too.
yeah, exactly. Someone in the comments on YouTube wrote for the horde. I don't know what it means exactly. And then he
For
asked
the
the
board.
style for horde. Do you understand the question?
No.
And then he
Horde.
asked
For
stylized.
the horde, for the horda. Yeah, that's when I mentioned about the orc. They say
Ah,
for the
okay.
horde.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
it's a
Stylization or
nerd
realism?
expression.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. Maybe like I haven't mastered
Yeah,
that
yeah,
level of nerdism yet.
yeah, 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 yeah. I got it. I got it.
And then Gus said hello, a pleasure to meet you. And Arcanum
Nice
wrote
to
that
meet you.
Leila is a multi-language, which is true. I
Yeah, yeah,
speak a
yeah,
couple of languages.
yeah.
And yeah.
And I wanna mention for this one too, Leila.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like in the last one, it's more playful. This
Mm-hmm.
group of here is more playful,
Mm-hmm.
and we are doing this sculpture. But in the last one,
Mm-hmm.
the idea, and it will be nice if, for example, we are doing like a age changes phases,
Mm-hmm.
trying to achieve the shapes
Yeah.
that we that girl and Natalie Portman, right? And
Mm-hmm.
she's a Natalie Portman adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like I trying to bring that to the different and
Mm-hmm.
made it. But what I put here is like can be nice. Like it can be
Yeah.
nice if we start the adult version from that one. After you
Yeah.
finish that babe the girl version,
Yeah.
trying to morph and change the face from this one to this one,
To the adult. Yeah.
and avoid using the
Yeah,
blocking, or
exactly.
like
It's gonna be
you can have the
easier.
video that you
Yeah.
put it together in the future.
Yeah, because actually doing a likeness is not an easy job to do in 1 hour.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be a help.
yeah,
Like you already did the
yeah.
baby, now you have the chance to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
actually, take it to the next
And
level,
put
make
more
it,
details. Yeah,
yeah, more details, and also make it look like how she
yeah,
looks now, for example.
yeah. We have a Harry Potter too. I
Yeah.
forgot the name of the actor, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when
Me neither. I don't remember his
and
name.
the alien,
Mm-hmm.
and we have these three, and the last one is like a self portrait. Like
Yeah.
after after all the 100, you need to make your own face, like
Yeah, from making
yeah,
my
yeah,
my own face all the time, I'm gonna go back to make my own face again.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Right.
But yeah, but this challenge is for you personal, like
Yeah, for Leila.
that's why it's no time, that's why it's no like a rushing.
Mhm.
If you wanna do like a sketch, a face, pick one of these and be achieving
Mhm.
every face,
Mhm.
whatever you want. Like in the next week I feel like I want to do a face. Oh, why do a kid? And I do this
Mhm.
kid, and the next 1 month after, or you want to do every day, like
Mhm.
add to you. But it's like, oh, I want to and be achieving that if you want.
Mhm.
That'd be nice.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Albano Giovanni wrote, "This challenge is really cool and interesting. I'm motivated to take it on and complete
Mm,
the 100 faces." I'm happy to hear
yeah,
that. Please do. We would love to see different artists joining the challenge
yeah.
and
That's the
learn
idea.
from
That's the
each
idea.
other. Yeah, exactly.
That's the idea. Like we make the hashtag. Uh,
Mhm.
if you see guys like in Instagram, you click in the hashtag that everybody's
Mhm.
putting in the faces, you can discover. I see it's more than 35 or 40 people already doing the challenge,
Yeah.
and you can see all the scope that these
Mhm.
people make and together,
Yeah.
and you can be moving one to other and seeing
Mhm.
the speed at school, and that's fantastic because you feel like oh, more people is doing and it's not feel alone,
Mhm.
and it's
Exactly.
more motivated. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's good, and that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. So, D-Max, any final words? Because I don't want to take your time more than this. I'm really glad that you did this. I hope we
Yay!
will do it again. Maybe choosing one of these heads and
Yeah,
sculpting together. If you
that
have
can be
any,
nice. Yeah.
yeah. We have one more
Um.
question. Sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
How do you work? Do you use Subdivide or Dynamesh more often?
Yeah, that dynamism and that challenge. Like I start the
Mm-hmm.
challenge with, for example, when you open Zebra, you're going to see this head. They have two.
Mm-hmm.
One have 128 dynamic level,
Right.
and the other head they have two for men and two for female, right? Two for
Mm-hmm.
male and two for female. That I
Exactly.
picked the higher one is 256 dynamic. I picked the one,
Mm-hmm.
and I start with the one until I have a big amount of the shape, and after I switch to 500, and
Mm-hmm.
just that. I don't
Okay.
go higher. I do two level of dynamic. I
Mm-hmm.
squeeze the 256
Mm-hmm.
when I don't have more to do on that. Like I need more, I move to 500, 600,
Mm-hmm.
and yes that, yes that. But
Okay.
most dynamic. Like I don't go to see remes, I to see remes
Mm-hmm.
and project history or project because I don't wanna join. I don't wanna fall in the moment to be polishing. I wanna leave a loose. Yeah, yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
I think we don't have more questions. I made sure to read
Hmm.
every question both on Instagram and YouTube. Any
Yeah.
final words?
Um, for my part,
Yeah, from your part. Like if you
have fun on the challenge, enjoy, share, connect with other artists. Like many people is doing it,
Yeah.
and that's fantastic. And thank you so much to join. I'm very glad that people a lot of people feel interesting to do it. It's like, oh,
Yeah, many
we
people
are all
ask
in the same
me.
spot. We are all
Yeah,
feeling like, oh, we want to improve in face. That can be
yeah.
nice, and it's hard to do it. You know, it's hard to do it by yourself, but
Mm-hmm.
let's be together sharing that. That's
Exactly.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. You know.
Learning and staying connected at the same time. We all feel this
Yeah.
solitude at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make community like go to discourse and
Yeah.
join other artists and share knowledge. You know, it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
All
That's good.
right. We don't
Good
have your
advice.
camera anymore, but
No, why my camera
yeah, your
is
camera is
crazy.
off. But we don't have more questions on the comments either. So I think,
Yeah, this is my camera there. Yay!
yeah. Thank you again for, for
No, thanks you.
deciding to be here, sharing your
Yeah,
information and
it's the first time
your
that I do
time.
that. Like you need to know. Okay,
Gracias.
my English is like ooh, you know.
Puedes
Uh,
hablar español si quieres.
puedo hablar español. Puedo hablar español. Okay, vamos a repetir todo. Let's repeat everything.
Yeah. No, no, don't do
Okay, from the beginning.
that. All
From the
right.
beginning. Let's repeat everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Dimax, thank you for your time and I hope we will do this again soon again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the question and enjoy the challenge.
Right. Guys,
Bye
next
bye.
week on Monday, again, I'm gonna be here live, either sculpting or with someone else, like having a chat, conversation, learning from each other. And if you have any suggestions, any comments, please write it to me. And also,
Mm.
Tan wrote a comment on Instagram. Thanks. Thank you both for sharing. Thank you for
Yay.
watching. You're doing
Tan
amazing
is a great
sculpts.
support. Tan is a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
support. Like he been making this challenge with me. Like that's the person I mentioned before. I've been asking, hey, give me some advice because I feel loose here. I feel loose there. You know.
yeah.
But
Right.
we do it that together, and that's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. Until next time.
Thank you.